Today, I'll be talking about not how to make $1 million or accumulate $1 million, but I'm going to be talking about billionaire knowledge, okay? If you can understand this, I know that a lot of people, they focus on maybe it's too simple or it looks too simple, but the reason why I'm making it simple is for you guys can understand and you can execute right now, okay? So let's look at, this is not millionaire knowledge, but billionaire knowledge. Okay, billionaire's knowledge, because too many times I see people focusing on how much is the business profiting. But this is a common mistake. They're looking at how much the assets generate profits, okay? But for me, okay, this is part of the equation, but it's not the equation. It's not the variable that is the most important. The most important factor is understanding how to structure your business. This means how much debt are you going to use for equity that you have in the business? Are you going to use 3 times leverage, 4 times leverage? And it's very important to always respect your policy. How much debt are you going to take inside the business? Are you going to take on 4 times, 3 times? And it's really important to always focus on how much you're going to pay. Like for me, what I love in my business is to always have 50%. This means if I have $2 million in assets, this means I have $1 million in equity and $1 million of debt. This gives me the ability to take an asset that generates around 10% per year. Now it gives me the ability to double that income, okay? To double how much money I'm making. This means on the equity, I'm making around 20% a year. So even if the returns on asset was good, how I structured my business was more important than how much money the asset is generating. Another factor is that why it's really important to look at this is in the long term. Say you have accumulated $10,000, okay, or $100,000. Well, when you're using leverage, now you don't have $100,000 working for you. Like say in stock market, the $100,000, the market gives you about 7%. So you made $7,000 in this equation. But let's say you're using 5 times leverage in real estate. You don't have $100,000 that's working for you. You now have $500,000 working for you and giving you around 10%. So your $100,000 is not making $7K a year. It's now making $50K a year. And as you can see, now that we have $50K, the next year you have $150K of equity, and you can now take on 5 times that amount. So 5 times that amount would be 300, 900, 750K. The next year, you now have another 10% on that money. You're not making 7% on 150K. You're making 10% on 750K. So now it's giving you $75,000. When you look at this in the long term, it takes about 60 years to become a billionaire with this equation. This is that when you structure your business with 50% equity, 50% debt for your total assets. But if you were to, let's say, use 5 times the leverage, it would only take you around 30 years to become a billionaire. So it looks like it's a lot, Some of the people are looking to become millionaires. To become a millionaire, it's very easy to become a millionaire, but to become a billionaire, you need not only to understand how money works or asset works, but you need to understand how the structure of the business works. So if you find this information useful, or maybe I could use an example that could help you guys in a better way, hopefully you get some value out of it. And my examples, I make them super easy because I have studied in finance, okay? So I could make these examples a lot harder, and you guys wouldn't be, you couldn't understand how to get to know how much the property is worth. You'd be all confused because I'd be talking about actualization of future cash flows to determine the net value of today's work. But you guys would be like, we don't understand anything. So this is why I make it super easy, so that anybody that wants to succeed in life has a chance to succeed. So if you like the information, like the button and subscribe.